So, welcome to another video to the Rich Talk. Today we got a special guest. We got my compadre in the building.
Thank you for having me.
This man, you know how hard it is to get this man in here? This dude done flake like he almost flaked today.
I did not flake.
Man.
I did not flake. I told you we'd do it today. It was gonna be done today.
Jesus.
We were gonna do it yesterday, but someone flaked on me. We're not gonna talk about it because Ricky's feelings get hurt. But, dude, so this is happening. Thank you for having me.
Yes, of course. Well, thank you for coming, bro. I appreciate it.
Yeah.
Taking your time.
I love it. I love coming. Well, first of all, we love hanging out. Period.
Oh yeah, for sure. That's for sure.
We're pretty busy. But we do try to find time for the boys, and then also, to be able to talk as compas.
Yeah.
I was thinking about it right now when you were cutting my hair.
By the way, how you like that? How was it?
Dude. So you're the first barber I ever went to.
Really?
That I went to.
That's crazy.
Growing up, I was pretty poor. So your boy went to the $11 haircuts with the little Asian ladies.
Dude, I used to go to the Mexican ladies and then mess your hair up.
I used to go to the Asian ladies, and then I went to the same lady. Actually, my older brother, he's 10 years older than me. He introduced me to the lady. He took me to get one of my first haircuts with her. And from the age of I want to say 8 to about 20. When did you start cutting my hair? 24?
I think it was 24.
Yeah. So almost.
Yeah.
Yeah. How long have you and Giselle been together?
We've been together for 6 years.
6. Okay. So.
No, it had to be. I want to say it was.
No. I was 26.
Yeah.
26.
Yeah.
Okay. So from the age of 8 to 10 or up to about 26, I went to the same Asian lady. And then finally I was like, all right, I guess I got to trust my niece's boyfriend. And I was so scared. I was like, this boy fucks it up. I'm going to be so bad.
It's funny because I felt the same way. And I was like, I even told you so. I was like, dude, I don't even know if I want to cut your uncles. I know I'm cool, but by the things you tell me, these dudes are picky.
About my hair, yeah, dude. First of all, I'm the only brother with hair, and all my brothers are going bald now. But shout out to the bros. But you are the only barber I've had. But on top of that, I never double check your haircut. I don't have to.
That's true. I have noticed that.
I'll look at it in the mirror to admire it for a second. But I never have to, you go to the barber shop and the people will come out with the mirror on the back and do this thing with that big ass mirror that you can't even see shit anyways, but they fucking do it anyways. I don't do.
You're trying to hold it for them.
Oh, the barber holds it and they're like, "What do you think, bro?" I don't know, man. I can't see shit anyways. I can't, because I'm looking at this mirror to look at this mirror to look at my hair, and I'm like, it doesn't match. But I can walk away knowing that I feel good about your haircuts.
That's good, man. I appreciate that.
No, yeah, and obviously, you cut my boys' hairs, right? You cut Tano, you cut Caleb, and I mean, honestly, dude, every time I try to book you, you're booked. So. Shout out to that.
Well, you know what? Lately, I've been so slow, and I think it was all because of the pandemic. I think the pandemic just slowed everything down. And I was like, fuck, dude, I don't even know what to do anymore. I was like, shoot. But it's picking up now. It's picking up, and we're still hustling. So we gotta keep it, we gotta keep it moving.
because you're entrepreneur, right? You have multiple businesses. You have the clothing line. You have the haircuts. You have, for those of you that don't know, Ricky is one hell of a chef. Him and Giselle, his wife, my niece,
I get down.
they get down on some recipes. So with the fact that you guys have done all that through the pandemic, I've never seen you guys stressed out. Like that's something that I've seen you guys actually as a couple come together, figure it out, make it happen, and like persevere, I guess is the word I'm looking for.
Yeah, I think, and that's funny you say that, because I think we a lot of the times we are stressed out, but we know how to not show it.
Yeah.
You know, because it's been times where even like with Giselle, with her new job now.
Yeah.
She's like, I don't like it. And I tell her, well, I'm like, just quit, dude. I'm like, quit, and we'll figure it out. We always do. And it's true. We always figure it out. No matter what it is, we try to always figure it out. Like, we have to.
Yeah.
There's no other way.
Yeah.
But she gets stressed out. And the thing with her is hard because she gets stressed out so easily. And it's like, why are you getting overwhelmed of something so little? But that's just how she is.
Yeah.
But I tell her, dude, we'll figure it out. Like, don't even worry about it. So I think that's a good. I like that you said that because, people don't know that we are stressed the fuck out.
Yeah.
Because, we're slow and stuff.
Yeah. It's tough, man. I don't know how you guys do it. I've always wanted to start a business, but again, there's that fear of like, man, what if I mess this up? And I love doing this, but if I turn it into a job, am I gonna love it the same? If it doesn't work out, what am I gonna do?
Yeah.
And I think that's the difference with like the hustling spirit versus the, I'm a dreamer. I guess that's my mentality. I'm a dreamer. So anybody that knows me knows that I love to dream about life. I love to dream about the wins. I can visualize them. I can see them. But sometimes when it comes to like the little W's, like business and things like that, it's like, damn, dude, like, can I do it?
Yeah.
Because there's a lot of things you want to do, right? But you said something the other day. I was watching your TikTok the other day. And it was something about like, don't let anybody, I think it was like change your mentality.
Yeah. I don't remember what I said, but I know it was something like, don't let nobody tell you can't do something. Like,
yeah.
And that's always been my thing. Like, I never let, if anybody tells me you can't do that, it's like, okay, well, that's your opinion.
Yeah.
That's your opinion. Nice nice to know. I'm gonna still keep doing me.
Yeah.
But I think that's one of the main things that I always tell everybody. Don't let nobody tell you can't do something. Just fucking do it.
Easier said than done, but
that's for sure.
But for those of you that if you're on the fence, take it from Ricky, take the leap. But for those of you that aren't looking into business or just looking for motivation, he's right. I mean, you got to look at yourself in the mirror. Number one, you got to know that first of all, being born. I saw a video the other day that said
being born is already a struggle, bro.
No, so being born, I saw a video because once you go down the TikTok rabbit hole, it's you go for days. But what's his name? He's like a scientist, but he was saying the probability of you being born is like 14. I think it was like 14 million or 14 billion to 1. Basically, you are more likely to win the lottery 9 times rather than be born again, or the likelihood of being born. So that already adds value. So you have to wake up and look yourself in the mirror and say, look, I'm worth literally the lottery 9 times.
Yeah.
Like that's your value. And then the second value that you add is how you interact, like the things that you say, the things that you do around people, the people that you have around. That's going to add value to who you are as a person.
Yeah.
And then the last thing is how you allow others to treat you.
Yeah.
That's another thing, because again, if you're adding value to the world, if you're being a good person, but then you're allowing people to beat you up, you're allowing people to talk to you a certain way or mistreat you, you're diminishing your own value.
Yeah.
So if you're not about business, be about motivation. Motivate yourself every day. Look in the mirror and say, I am worth. I'm worth the lottery, right? 9
Yeah.
times apparently to that video. But look yourself in the mirror. Know that you're valuable. Know that you're worth it. Especially, you talked about the pandemic earlier and how you guys were stressed out. Mental health, especially with guys,
Oh yeah. And
it's a serious thing, right? It's one of those things where guys, on top of the motivation, talk to one another. If you have a best friend, if you have a family member, especially guys, I know we're wired to say, I'm good, we're all right,
yeah.
I'll figure it out.
Mhm.
It's easy to say that. Just be there for one another and
Yeah.
say it's okay to be not okay.
Yeah, and
So-
I think that men's suicide is bigger because of that. Because
yeah.
they the thing is the thing for me is that I feel like a man, it's supposed to be tough, supposed to be the provider, supposed to be the everything for their family. And I think a lot of the times people don't see all the struggle that a man goes through. And us as a man, we naturally just, we just, we don't want to seem like, soft
Or weak.
or weak, so we're not going to say nothing. So we keep everything inside.
Yeah.
And we hold everything inside until one day we just blow up.
Blow up.
You
snap
know?
on. Snap on. Your significant other, your friends, your family.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of us don't know how to feel, or it's uncomfortable to feel because we were never shown how to feel.
Yeah.
We were never shown to say, like, guys are so, I'll speak for myself. I'm not going to speak for all men, but I'm a very simple human. Like, if you look at a list of words that mean emotions, there's probably like 50 to 100 words that can express a different emotion. But for guys, it's I'm happy, I'm angry, I'm sad,
Yeah.
and it's they're very basic structures. However, it's it could be something as simple as, like, sometimes you're just gonna be indifferent.
Yeah.
Sometimes you're gonna be lonely. Lonely is a real thing, guys. If you don't know, I mean, being lonely, that's a thing.
That depression can eat so hard.
Being lost, being, and even happy. There's different versions of happy, right? But what I'm trying to get at is, we're never taught that. Like in school, you learn certain things, right?
Yeah.
You learn the happy, the sad, the crying, the angry, right? But it stems from, and I'll give you an example, like, me and my dad. My dad never taught us how to feel.
Yeah.
You suck it up, figure it out, and keep going forward, right?
Yeah.
However, it's crazy that as now a dad, right? I have a 15-year-old and a 7-year-old, right? The 15-year-old, we have a open communication. So he'll tell me when he's sad, when he's going through something, when he's just thinking about things. Hey, Dad, I was thinking about this, and what are your thoughts? What do you think? Um, and that just came from me wanting to change or break the cycle.
Yeah.
Break the cycle, right? Break the cycle on, like, it's okay to feel. It's okay to it's okay to cry. It's okay to be angry, to let out those feelings in a place, and then be almost like a therapy session between my son and I, because you talked about how sometimes you just lash out.
Yeah.
I've seen my dad cry 3 times in
That's
life,
crazy.
and the 3 times that it happened, it wasn't. It was a lot of times it was because of a loss. So my grandma, my grandpa, and actually my uncle that recently passed.
Yeah. So yeah.
Okay.
That's the only first one I've ever saw, and
So-
that got to me.
So when my grandma cried, or my grandma passed away, my dad was very strong because everybody was around.
Yeah.
Like we were all around when she passed. Well, most of the family was there when she passed. I remember I got a phone call at work, and I went over after, but she had passed, and then he cried after, right? My grandfather, rest their souls. He flew to Mexico, clear out some paperwork and stuff like that, and he passed randomly, right?
Yeah.
So we flew out, and I had to carry my dad off the floor. Me and my brother had to pick him up off the floor. Like he almost drank himself, like to get poison.
Yeah.
Him and my uncles. I mean, I had to put him to bed.
Yeah. That's crazy.
And then when we came back, he broke down and cried. I didn't even know how to handle that.
Right.
I was like, give him the the pat on the shoulder, right? And then this time with my uncle, this is the first time, because I've been talking to my dad, and my dad's relationship and I is a little bit better. He talks to me a little bit more. He actually tells me he loves me now on Facebook. On Facebook, yeah. Los amo is what he says.
Well, he knows what.
I think it's auto type, but at least he does it. At least he does it. Okay. But this time, I called my dad and I said, "Dad, are you okay?" That's what I told him, because we went to go see my uncle when he was sick and he was here, and then he had that last wind, and then he went to Mexico and he passed a couple months later. But I remember calling him, and he was in the bathroom. They were getting ready to leave to Mexico, and they're packing, they're getting ready because the funeral's tomorrow, and in Mexico the funerals are quick, guys. Somebody passes, they go to the funeral home, and literally the next day.
It's all like the same day.
It's quick. So it's not like here, guys, where they do the embalming and they go to the funeral home, they have the wake, it's a whole ceremony, and then they do the funeral days later. No, in Mexico it's quick.
Everything is done in one day.
Yeah, it's
crazy.
Quick. It's quick. You better catch a flight quick.
It's crazy.
But you're sitting in the bathroom, and I hear him, getting his stuff ready. He's telling me he's gonna get ready. My mom's there, and he's on speaker. And I said, "Dad," he goes, "What?" He said, "¿Qué?" Because he speaks in Spanish, right? And I was like, "Are you okay?" Tears.
Yeah.
Tears, guys. I mean, tears. The fact that he was able to cry on the phone and said, "I'm not okay, but it's okay."
Yeah.
For my dad to say that instead of saying, "Hey, I'm fine," that was I told him after he got back, I was like, "That's a big breakthrough for you, bro. I'm proud of you. I'm, and I'm getting a little bit choked up now just thinking about it, because I remember that conversation, him saying, I didn't think that I would get choked up in front of you guys."
Yeah.
And I kind of left it. I left it alone. I didn't want to keep pushing, because then my dad, he might close off again. So I'm like, okay, that's a layer, right? That's a layer, and little by little, we'll knock those walls down. But
It's funny because when I met your dad back in it was like 2015, and he was still like in that kind of like in that machismo like stage. You
Tough
know,
guy,
because
that tough guy stage.
that's how your dad is. You
Yeah.
know, he has like like the macho. You
Yeah.
know.
Well, maybe I should before you continue with the story. My dad, um, I'll tell you what kind of dad he was. He took us to all the appointments. Like that was the thing. Like he made sure because my mom worked like 12 to 14 hours a day up until like 2-3 years ago. Like she was working long hours. And my dad would be the one to, we'd have to walk home from school and stuff. But if we had like a doctor's appointment, he'd leave work and take us and all that stuff. So he made sure that we were taken care of.
Yeah.
He always made sure his family had food, they had clothes. If you wanted a gift for like your birthday or something like that, my dad would work overtime. I remember my first guitar; I still have it, and he bought that for me. He had to work 4 Sundays. I remember, and the guitar guys. It's a bass guitar. It's a basic Ibanez bass guitar that's like in the starter packs. $150, but it took him 4 Sundays to get that $150, working basically 30 days straight. And he bought it for me. When we hung out, and like my dad was like, if we were outside as kids, the reason my dad was outside was because he wanted to smoke a cigarette. Like that.
That still hasn't changed.
That still hasn't changed. So like now, however, now he actually like steps away and like he'll from afar he'll be taking the cigarette. But back then, like that cigarette was blown in your face. So But anyways, go ahead, dude. I'm sorry. I wanted to explain the tough guy that my dad was.
And it was funny because now he's so like I see him with my kids. He's like so loving.
Yeah.
So loving, and not that he never was, but he just never showed it.
No.
He never showed it. And how I see with my youngest, with Isaiah, dude, he loves that kid like freaking, like if he was his own kid.
Yeah.
And he lets him do whatever he wants to do. And even if he's watching his novela, change it. Cámbiale para que mi niño lo vea. Like,
let him watch whatever he wants.
Dude,
yeah.
It's crazy. And I'm like,
by the way, guys, so Ricky's wife, Giselle, my niece, is my dad's granddaughter. The first grandchild.
Yes.
First grandchild. Right? So Isaiah is his great grandchild. So
that's crazy to say that.
That's
dude.
crazy to say that.
That's crazy to say that.
But our family's different. Every family's different. They're all gonna have their different struggles and stuff like that. But you were saying that he's so close to Isaiah. It's funny because I still see the old dad. My dad doesn't know how to play with kids. Like he doesn't know. He doesn't know like how to joke around or play the toys and all that.
No.
My dad's way of loving the grandchildren is just following them around.
Yeah. Or take that toy away. While he's laying in the couch, the kid is about to jump off the couch. Somebody come get that kid. He's gonna get hurt, but he won't get up.
No.
He was just tell somebody to go get him.
No, he's too old for that. He's too old for that.
Dude, I love your grandpa. He's a character, man. I love it.
He's alright. He's a great man. He's a great man. He's taught me a lot. One thing that I think my dad never taught me. Again, this goes back to the tough guy mentality. I didn't know how to handle stress or problems because he was so good at it and hiding it.
Yeah.
That when I would get stressed out, I remember I'd be like, I'd be freaking out about a bill or the car breaking down, right? Because you're one of your first cars. You usually get like a beater. You know what I mean? My first car. First of all, I didn't even know how to drive my first car. It was an 86 Honda Accord. The lights that come up when you turn it up. Yeah, it was one of those. and it was a stick.
Oh,
And I had to learn to drive that car, but I remember like be stressed out about it. My dad figured out, or my dad knew somebody that could fix it, or
yeah,
and it was crazy because I looked up to that, and I didn't know, like, man, how does everybody know my dad,
yeah,
But now as an adult, I got friends that are mechanics, or I got friends that do this or do that. It
yeah.
was just building friendships. But yeah, that was one thing my dad never taught me because it was he'd either figure it out for me or he never taught me how to like
That's
work through the problem.
that's kind of how it was with my parents. I feel like my parents never really taught us. They their thing was we had a great connection with my parents, me and my sisters. But there were certain things that we never were taught. Like we didn't grow up with learning. I didn't even know what depression was. I didn't know what
Yeah.
anxiety was. I didn't know none of that because my parents would be like, "You're just being dramatic," you know. So and I don't know if it's like a Mexican thing or what, but it's just they never really taught us how to handle stuff like that.
Yeah.
And then my dad worked when when we came here to the United States. My dad literally worked day and night. He wake up at 4 in the morning, go to work till 3, come home by 3:30, be home by 3:30,
Yeah.
leave at 4:30 to the other work, and then get home at 12 a.m. every single day, sometimes 7 days a week. Damn, dude, I was like, what the heck? Like, and then the thing was that my mom would get mad because this man was sleeping in his day off.
Yeah.
And then you're like,
because they want to go. They want to go out to the
Yeah,
mall and shit. Yeah,
dude.
I remember.
My dad would be like, I'm fucking tired.
I feel you, dude. You know what's so funny though? Okay, so your dad worked 2 jobs, right? Obviously, you want better for your kids,
Yeah.
right? Like you always want them to have a better life, an easier life. But Mexican dads, this is gonna be a funny one because Mexican dads are the only ones that fucking complain about it. Okay, here's why. Here's the joke. Okay, actually, it's a fact. It's not even a joke. They work so hard so you have a better life. Okay, the moment that you get a taste of the better life, pinche huevón, levántate, ya salgo, right? Pinche huevón. I know más o menos acostado. It's like, it's my day off, Dad. I work 5 days straight. I actually worked some overtime. And I gave you some cash, like helped you out with the bills, But pinche huevón, levántate, ya salgo. Fucking Mexican dads always have to be doing shit, dude. Like it just, my dad doesn't know how to stay still, But Mexican dads are the only ones that can give you the better life, and then complain that you're fucking taking advantage of it.
Yeah.
So that's that. But
That's true.
speaking of better lives, motivating yourself. I wanted to touch on that topic because, how do you? I'm a very positive person. I'm always smiling. I'm always like,
Yeah.
I sometimes fake it, like to myself.
It's the Scorpio in us, bro.
Is that what it is?
I think so because I feel like I'm the same way.
Okay, so I am a Scorpio. I don't know what that means because I don't follow the horoscopes that well.
I don't either.
But every time I say that I'm a Scorpio, everybody, I fucking see it. I'm like, what do you see?
Because Scorpios are hella chill. Scorpios are hella chill. We're mellow.
Okay.
But as soon as you fuck with us, it's like, it's done. This is where it's done.
Oh, we're cold blooded.
Like we don't. I mean, at least me. I don't care. Like and I can be like, okay, I'll give you a second chance, whatever. You do it again, I'm done. That's just me though.
Okay.
But I feel like Scorpios are just hella, mellow, chill, hella calm. That's what it
Well,
is.
for those of you guys that are listening or watching, feel free to send us some comments as to like what Scorpios are about, because I don't know. I gotta Google it. I'm gonna have to Google it because I really don't know. But every time I say I say the month that I'm born, you know, they tell me my horoscope's a Scorpio, and I'm like, yeah, I'm a Scorpio, and they're like, I fucking see it, and I'm like, well, I don't, but it's always a bad thing. It's always a fucking bad thing with Scorpios. I don't know what the fuck we did. Who the fuck the first Scorpio was, but you guys fucked it up for us, dude.
And then they said that we're too sentimental. At least that's what Jesus says. Jesus says that I am sensitive.
I'm in tune.
Sensitive.
I'm in tune with my feelings.
Exactly.
I'm in tune with my feelings. Can a motherfucker feel?
Exactly.
So, okay. So back to motivation. I'm a very positive. Oh, go ahead.
My bad, I interrupted you. By the way, if you're this far in this video, make sure you hit the subscribe button and follow the Rich Diamond Cuts and follow the Rich Talk Podcast. Everything will be in the description down below. And then if you guys want to follow his Instagram, what's your Instagram?
Shit, I'll post it in the comments because I don't. Yeah, we'll put it in the
put it in the description down below. So make sure you guys follow us, and we're gonna be.
Shit, what is my Instagram?
His fool don't even know his.
We'll talk on the next episode.
But yeah, we're gonna have more episodes coming weekly, hopefully, and but yeah, just hit that subscribe button, guys. Okay, back to what you were saying.
So back to motivation. I'm a very positive person. You know, I smile a lot. I laugh a lot. That's another thing. I laugh at like situations at this point. But yeah. How do you stay motivated?
Well, for me, I think it's just I look at it as like I have said back to what I was saying earlier. I try not to let people bring me down. You know what I mean? So I think you have to find something that you like in order to stay motivated, whether it's working out, whether it's working on your car, whether it is going in, you know, whatever it is. I think you have to find some in order to stay motivated and just be passionate about the things that you want to do. I think you have to set a goal all the time.
Yeah.
You know, I think I was actually looking at a video, and they were saying to wake up every day and set a goal just for the day. Whether it is freaking, I don't know, putting $20 away, you know, whatever it is, do something that you can do every single day in order to be motivated.
Okay.
You know, and I was like, that's true. Like, I never thought about just waking up and, you know, okay, well, let me think about what I'm gonna do today. You know, and what am I gonna do to get to that? You know, so I think that we have to set goals in order to always have that type of motivation. What do you think?
The good points. Those are all good points. When I think of motivation, I guess it's different every day. It has to be different, guys. I think it has to be different. Because what motivates me today may not motivate me tomorrow.
Exactly. And that's why I feel like every day wake up with something new that you can say, okay, this is going to be the motivation of the day.
Yeah, that's what it is.
What am I going to do to get to that and complete it?
Yeah.
You know, even if it's like, okay, well, I got to go take a test tomorrow. What do I have to do today to make so that I can pass that test? You know, whatever it is.
Yeah.
You know.
Or, even, okay, so motivation will change because you're going to grow, you're going to develop, you're going to be a different person every day. You should be. You should be a better person than you were yesterday, or strive to be. Motivation is going to change. But I think the last thing is, like to your point, be passionate, but look forward to something. Like,
Yeah.
for example, today I went to work. I got to, something that helps me is sometimes FaceTiming my boys, right? Just something, my sons,
Yeah.
talking to them on the phone a little bit, seeing how their day's going, and then like, obviously again, if you have open dialogue with your kid, they're gonna have a win today.
Yeah.
Speak to somebody, ask them how their win was or how they're winning today. That's gonna help motivate you. But then look forward to something. For me today was the gym.
Yeah.
You know, uh, I recently got back into it. It was something that I used to be passionate about. I started getting back into it, starting to see results, right?
Yeah.
And today's, what's today? Thursday, right? Shoulder day.
Yeah.
And let's go get shoulders, bro. That's one of my favorite days.
Yeah.
So it's just looking forward to it, and then, and it could be anything, guys. It could be looking forward to an event, looking forward to spending time with loved ones, right?
Yeah.
If you have like a special somebody out there, right? Looking forward, and then talk about it. Like start. I don't know if manifest is a word, but if you're looking forward, let's say at 8 o'clock, you're gonna go hang out with that special someone, right? Or after you get off work, start it early. Like start talking about it. Like, hey,
Yeah.
I'm excited to see you. Hey, it's gonna be cool. Or if you're gonna go hang out with the boys, hey guys, are you guys ready for tonight?
Yeah.
Right? When I look back at like my early 20s, and you're hitting up the boys, you're talking about it during the week, and then you're building up to that
Yeah.
motivation to get through the week in order to celebrate
Yeah.
with that that
Yeah.
back in the day I didn't have money, guys, so we were drinking the king of beers, right? That fucking 36 pack of Budweiser. It tastes like shit, but looking forward to the fun times. So I think motivation will change. I think that you should look forward to something. I think you should start, I guess for lack of a better term, start building up to it, like be excited about it.
Yeah.
um,
Yeah.
so
That's a good one. Yeah.
But something else I was thinking about. Obviously, you're a barber, right? That's your bread and butter. However, you started a catering business.
Yeah.
Okay, you started a catering business.
Yeah.
Tell me about that. How is that going? What's the plan? Like,
Well, I think that the catering business is slowed down a lot, but we don't know if we're gonna keep doing it, just because it's a lot of things to it.
it's a fucking shame, guys. That's a fucking shame. I'm a little bit upset right now.
Because it's just fire.
I mean, your guys' food is delicious. It's delicious.
You know what it is though? It's pretty much the money, dude.
Okay.
Is the money. We I don't feel that we're in a financially stable in order to uh, be able to get permits, be able to get, because it's hard to do it out of let's say you do it out of a house. It's hard because you can only get so much people to go to that place. Now, if you get somebody random, easily you can be reported to the
So like
city
the city or
and
permits and
stuff
shit.
like that. So it's hard because we either have to get a food truck or we have to get a street vendor or a permit, and it's kind of hard, dude. It's kind of hard to get that shit, all that.
Do we need to start a GoFundMe?
Dude, shit.
Link in bio.
Link in
Oh, link in
bio.
bio. Start a GoFundMe for guys. I'm telling you,
But you know
for those
what?
of you that subscribe, you know what? I'm thinking about starting a GoFundMe for Ricky and Sam because I cannot let them.
But I learned something in the process of doing all that, and that was I overwhelmed myself. Meaning, because I have barbering, I have clothing line, I have the tacos. I was trying to do the podcast,
Oh yeah,
so it's a it. You can't you you can't focus on everything and perfect it all. You know what I mean? I think you have to choose one or two things and perfect those before moving to the other stage. Does that make
yeah,
sense?
yeah. Don't stretch yourself too thin.
Because it's like if you
Build it
if
out.
yeah, like for now, like for example, right now, I'm doing this podcast, and now my goal is to push it as much as I can.
Okay.
You know, so I'm sticking to this, whether somebody likes it or not.
Yeah.
You know, and I'm happy that my wife Giselle, it's extremely um,
Speaking of that, she's gonna be listening to this and watching. I told her earlier I'm gonna talk shit.
oh
So
no, I know.
so that topic's coming up, guys. We're gonna talk shit about Giselle here in a minute.
Yeah, no, for sure. No, but she's been really supportive of my podcast, and dude, it's so hard to get her in here too, dude.
Yeah.
It's she, you know, the thing with her is that I have to get ready, I have to do my makeup, I have to do this. Dude, it's a freaking podcast, bro.
Just be off camera if you want.
I'm
You
like,
know,
jeez,
be off camera. Be a sound.
for real.
Yeah, she definitely likes to do her makeup. She likes to present herself. She's about that life. But Giselle, if you're listening, get your ass in here. Support your man.
So how do you feel now that you're going to the gym all the time? How do you feel?
Um, Good. I've changed some habits.
You look, by the way, bro. You look good. You lost
Almost 30 pounds.
you can see it that you lost weight. You look healthy. You look. I'm proud of you, dude. I'm proud
Thank
of
you.
you. You look good.
Thank you. It wasn't me. It wasn't for me. I didn't start working out for me. That was, again, most of you guys don't even know who I am, but my boys are everything to me. Like that, if it means losing sleep, if it means whatever, I wanna be there for them. So, our oldest, he's predisposed to diabetes from the family history, right? Predisposed. During the pandemic, he was homeschooled. He had the choice of going to school, and I think they were going to school for like 2 hours. They couldn't hang out with friends, and it was a stupid schedule that they had. So he said, you know what, Dad, I'd rather just be home all the time. There's no point. I won't even be able to hang out with my friends. So, obviously during the pandemic, everyone kind of gained a little bit of weight. Like it was just you're stagnant. You're working from home, and all that good stuff. And then after that, he gained a little bit of weight.
Yeah.
He probably gained like 20 pounds, 30 pounds. And then his self-esteem started affecting.
Yeah.
He was getting lazier, and he was starting to pick up basketball. Basketball was starting back up. His favorite sport is basketball. So right now he's playing for the high school, but
he's raw.
He's raw. He's raw.
That boy.
He's committed. He's committed.
Got hoops.
He got hoops. He got hoops.
He's raw.
He started working out again, and obviously for anybody who gains weight, your knees start to hurt, your ankles start to hurt, injuries are easier to happen, recovery is that much longer. It started affecting his mental health too. So I said, okay, if we're already worried about the diabetes, and then the doctors were saying that he was, it was looking like fatty liver, which I didn't know anything about. I had to like Google it, research, and the doctor talked to me about it, and we figured it out. That week, I remember we went grocery shopping. Him and I were looking at all the labels. Like, it was just like, all right, well, let's start looking at labels.
Yeah.
Let's just start. And then we weren't necessarily making healthier choices, but because we were starting to count calories, we were looking at like, well, how much more can I get of this? Like, for example, like chips, right? You have a handful, which is like 8 chips. It's like, 250 calories or whatever. Instead of being like, you know what if we get this, we can get way more of this for the same calories. And that's how it started.
Yeah.
But then, cooking our meals. So one of the things with my boys, I don't want them to have to rely on anybody. Like, I want them to be able to cook their own meals, do their laundry, like teach them how to do all the iron your shirt. Like, some people don't even know how to iron.
Yeah, that's true.
You know, but like teaching them that stuff, but teaching him how to make something out of nothing. So we would cook our dinners, we would meal prep, we would plan our days.
Yeah.
And little by little, he wanted from wanting to quit he wanted to quit basketball. That's how bad he was.
Damn.
From wanting to quit basketball to, and if you guys want, we'll, I'll ask him if we could share his picture. But if you guys saw him now, you'd be like, that doesn't look like a boy that was at one point ready to quit. Like, he's so passionate about just life. Like, he's in leadership. He's that kid that doesn't, that you always have that kid that's like sitting on the bench by himself.
Yeah.
He's the kid that gets in that kid and brings him and says, "You're with me now."
That's dope.
That's him.
That's
That's why he joined leadership. But that's how it started. Was just working on his diet, making sure he was healthy, making sure that he wasn't going to have to inject himself every single day with insulin and have to do the finger prick. That was my biggest concern. I'm a byproduct of it.
Yeah.
And now we kind of feed off of that. So like, if he's doing really well, I go to his games, I pump him up. He'll hit me up sometimes and be like, "Dad, I see the progress and all that stuff." Like, I'm pumping me up, and that's how we kind of keep it going.
Yeah.
But now we're like 4 months in. He's lost about 20-25 pounds. I'm close to 30 pounds.
That's good.
And I look forward all the time to going to the gym now.
That's
like
good.
Going to the gym, eating better, sticking to my meal plan. Things that I soda, I don't really
cut it out. That's how I am.
Yeah.
Cut it out.
Yeah, I don't need it anymore. I used to drink a lot of it.
Yeah.
One thing I love though, I love candy. Your boy loves candy.
That sweet tooth.
That sweet tooth. However, I give it up for Lent.
For Quaresma.
Quaresma, for those of you that don't know what Quaresma is, you're basically giving it up for 40 days, right?
Yeah.
You start on Ash Wednesday, and it goes basically up to Easter, right?
Yeah.
Which I just learned about Mardi Gras too. I didn't know what Mardi Gras was. I thought it was where people, you get the beads and you show your titties and shit like that.
I don't know.
In New Orleans. Okay. New
Oh,
Orleans. Everyone wasn't worried about the beads and getting drunk. I didn't know that Mardi Gras was actually religious.
Oh.
So Mardi Gras, everyone celebrates Fat Tuesday.
Yeah.
Right, Fat Tuesday. It's the day before Ash Wednesday.
Yeah.
That's where you basically go and be, for lack of a better term, a fucking slob or like a glutton. That
should be my day.
Well, it's the hoes days, but no, it's one of those days where you eat whatever you want, you drink whatever you want, you fucking just take it all in, and then on Ash Wednesdays when you start to, give up things and, it's supposed to bring you closer to God, right? But I mean, that's what Mardi Gras is.
Right.
I didn't know that until a few years ago. Yeah, I didn't know that either. But so I gave candy up for Lent, for Quaresma, and we're on day 1 or day 2, day 2.
And guys, okay, he gave up the candy. Guess who waited? This guy right here.
I did walk out and I said, "Hey man, I had a bag of gummy worms and a bag of Jolly Ranchers. Jolly Ranchers are like, again when I was looking for like lower calories and things like that, I got Jolly Ranchers all day.
Yeah.
The gummy worms fucked me up though. Those little handfuls like 200 some calories,
Yeah.
but a little piece of candy.
I didn't eat them all, but Gio ate most of them.
It's alright, my godson.
But yeah, I think we're gonna wrap it up. The laptop, I forgot to get the charger. It's dying. I would love to keep going, but make sure you guys subscribe. Hit that subscribe button. Like I said earlier, everything will be in the description down below. His information, my information. Thank you for being here.
Thank you for having me, man.
Enjoy the talk. Hopefully we can do it weekly.
We will. We'll be back.
This was pretty dope.
We'll be back, guys.
All right, guys. Thank you for watching.